Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Lana Zach. House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn gave Joe Biden a huge endorsement this week. The vice president is expected to win the South Carolina primary, followed by Bernie Sanders and Tom Steyer. Earlier, our Caitlin Huey-Burns spoke to the congressman.
You mentioned Bernie Sanders. He was here for a few days. He is considered the frontrunner after winning New Hampshire and Nevada. Poised to do well in some of these Super Tuesday states. Are you concerned about his rise, and do you see South Carolina as a way to kind of blunt any momentum that he has?
I'm not trying to blunt his momentum.
Okay.
I'm trying to create momentum for Joe Biden. To me, I can live with Bernie Sanders. I would much rather live with Joe Biden. And so I just think that what I'm looking for in a candidate and in the president is all wrapped up into Joe Biden. I think he has the compassion. I think he has the temperament. I think he has the background and the experiences that are necessary to have a successful presidency. And there's more of that in Joe Biden and any of the other candidates.
You said you can live with Bernie Sanders
Sure.
at the top of the ticket. Nancy Pelosi said a similar thing. But I'm thinking of some of the big congressional districts here in South Carolina, Joe Cunningham, for example. Do you think those kinds of candidates in these battleground districts would be concerned with having Bernie Sanders at the top of the ticket?
They are, and they've told me that. I've talked to Joe Cunningham. Yes, that's the way he feels. But I've talked to about 20 other Democratic congresspeople who feel the same way. And so I'm not taking that away. I can live with him at the top of the ticket. A lot of these congresspeople tell me it would be very difficult for them.
Do you think the Democratic Party underestimated Bernie Sanders heading into this? Do you think people underestimated how well he might do in this primary?
No, I don't think anybody gave much attention to that. Remember, he ran before 4 years ago, so it wasn't a question of underestimating. I think that people knew they'd had a bunch of followers. I think that what did happen in this campaign is that a lot of people thought when Joe Biden announced, and these numbers were so great, everybody just thought that all he had to do was live through the process. Nobody, I don't think, was ready for things to happen the way they are.
I want to ask you about someone who's not competing here today, and that's Michael Bloomberg. He's kind of putting it all in those Super Tuesday states. What do you make of his candidacy, especially after you've seen him in 2 debates so far?
Well, his candidacy came about because he was on the sidelines observing. I happen to know that he was a supporter of Joe Biden. And when those good person approaches got misconstrued as weakness, he saw a weakness in his candidacy, that is Joe Biden's candidacy, and I think that's why he jumped in. I think Michael Bloomberg got in because of that. Then, of course, what he didn't factor in was how much he was not prepared for this new environment. So he, by and large, became victim of the same stuff that he was reacting to. He's now finding out that Joe wasn't being weak. He was just being good old Joe. Well, I think that we'll see whether or not he recovers in time.